system initiated.
His brother Michael is also satisfied.
Welcome to Afrogenesis Artificial Intelligence.
It's always uplifting when people defy all odds and don't let the weight of unfavorable circumstances hold them down. Such is the story of this African man and his partner, whose AI prosthetics have shocked U.S. engineers. This is Bye-Bye to Disabilities. At Afrogenesis, a modest yet groundbreaking innovation hub, David Gathu and Moses Kiniua have engineered a biorobotic arm controlled directly by the brain. Defying conventional limits with sheer ingenuity, their creation fuses artificial intelligence with human will, proving that the most powerful revolutions often begin in the most unexpected places. And there are other uplifting stories too. Let's start with this one. The biorobotic prosthetic arm. In January 2023, the Mail and Guardian featured the story of cousins Moses Kiniua and David Gathu, self-taught innovators from Kikuyu, Kenya, who developed biorobotic prosthetic limbs to assist individuals with disabilities. 2 months later, Medical Express, another reputable journalistic source, also picked up their story. This device uses a headset receiver to interpret brain signals, converting them into electric currents that wirelessly command the prosthetic arm's movements. Sounds insane, right? Well, this is one story you don't want to miss. Hailing from Kikuyu, Kenya, these self-taught inventors, both high school dropouts, have spent years refining their technological skills despite the absence of formal education. Operating in an environment where funding for unconventional projects is scarce, the duo had to work with minimal resources, often scavenging for discarded electronic components to fuel their experiments. In a world where high-end prosthetic limbs can cost thousands of dollars, far beyond the reach of most Kenyans, their commitment to developing an accessible alternative required relentless determination. The lack of financial backing from institutions or investors meant they had to be resourceful, relying on trial and error to refine their device while facing skepticism from those who doubted the feasibility of their work. Yet, they persisted, believing that technology should save humanity, not just those who can afford it. Their invention translates brain signals into movement, effectively restoring agency to individuals who have lost limbs. The prosthetic arm integrates a headset receiver, which picks up the user's neural signals, sending electrical impulses that trigger corresponding movements in the artificial limb. This groundbreaking mechanism enables seamless, near-instantaneous control, mimicking natural arm motion with remarkable accuracy. Unlike traditional prosthetics, which often require cumbersome manual adjustments, this device eliminates the need for physical input, allowing users to move the arms simply by thinking. This not only enhances mobility but also provides a sense of normalcy and independence for the wearer. One of the most impressive aspects of their invention is its affordability. By repurposing salvaged electronic components, ranging from discarded circuit boards to old motorized parts, the inventors have significantly reduced production costs. This makes the device a viable alternative to conventional prosthetic arms, which are prohibitively expensive for many Africans. Moreover, the prosthetic is designed with advanced articulation, allowing for greater precision and a more natural range of motion compared to basic mechanical limbs. The use of electrical currents to drive limb movement ensures fluidity, while the AI-driven control mechanisms enhance responsiveness, making it more intuitive than most commercially available prosthetics. The potential impact of their work is immense. In Kenya, as in many other African nations, prosthetic care remains largely inaccessible due to high costs and limited healthcare infrastructure. Many amputees either resort to rudimentary, non-functional replacements or forego prosthetics altogether, severely restricting their independence and quality of life. The introduction of a cost-effective, AI-powered biorobotic arm has the potential to change this reality, offering a practical solution for thousands in need. Beyond Kenya, their innovation could benefit disabled individuals across the continent and in other developing nations, where affordable mobility solutions are desperately needed. By democratizing advanced prosthetic technology, David Gathu and Moses Kiniua are not only transforming the lives of those who will use their device but also reshaping the landscape of innovation in Africa. Brilliance. Indeed, is not confined to elite universities or well-funded research labs. It can emerge from anyone and anywhere. So, how do they get here? The Afrogenesis journey. Founded in Kikuyu, Kenya, Afrogenesis emerged from humble beginnings, evolving over 14 years into a powerhouse of research and development, spearheading over 15 groundbreaking projects in assistive technology. The team, led by self-taught inventors David Gathu and Moses Kiniua, has defied conventional expectations, proving that world-changing innovation can come from the most unexpected places. Their latest breakthrough lies in neural signal processing, a sophisticated mechanism that allows the brain to directly control prosthetic limbs. The process begins when the user initiates an action potential, which is an electrical impulse traveling from the upper motor neuron to the lower motor neuron. This signal moves through the spinal tract and is intercepted by a specially designed prosthetic interface, allowing for seamless communication between mind and machine. Unlike traditional prosthetic devices that rely on manual adjustments or rudimentary control systems, this technology captures natural neurological commands, creating a near-instantaneous response. The heart of this system lies in signal capture and conversion. A neuro headset, worn by the user, detects both involuntary neural activity, such as blinking, and deliberate thought patterns associated with movement. This data is then translated into electrical impulses, which drive the mechanics of the prosthetic arm. The level of precision achieved through this process marks a significant leap in prosthetic development. Users are not merely operating a mechanical limb, but rather integrating it into their body's natural command structure. Once the neural signals have been processed, they are converted into actionable movements through an intricate articulation system. Electric currents activate linear motors, allowing for a wide range of functions, including wrist rotation, pronation, grip control, and precise fine motor skills. Unlike traditional prosthetics, which often offer limited mobility and require repetitive manual input, this biorobotic arm responds in real time to the user's intent. The seamless execution of complex motor commands means that wearers can perform everyday tasks, from gripping a cup to using a keyboard, with minimal effort. Well, this in itself may not seem like much today. After all, many mainstream prosthetic products achieve similar functionality using advanced technology. For example, Osh's Proprio Foot and iLim Quantum by Touch Bionics use myoelectric technology, where sensors detect electrical activity from residual muscles, allowing wearers to control movements intuitively. Brainco's prosthetic hand utilizes brain-machine interface technology, much like what the Afrogenesis team claims, allowing the wearer to control the limb using brainwaves. Additionally, Coapt's pattern recognition system refines myoelectric control, enabling more natural movements based on muscle contractions. The Afrogenesis biorobotic prosthetic arm could have been inspired by BMI-based prosthetics or myoelectric limbs developed by major biomedical firms. The actual magic lies in the affordability and accessibility of their product. Afrogenesis has taken an unconventional yet highly effective approach to sourcing materials, making their innovations not only advanced but also sustainable. By utilizing e-waste, repurposed plastics, wood, and other locally available materials, they have drastically reduced production costs, ensuring that their prosthetic solutions remain affordable for those who need them most. The arm operates on a 12-volt battery-powered system, optimizing energy efficiency while maintaining robust performance. Furthermore, wireless signal transmission is achieved through 3,155 MHz radio waves, allowing for fluid and uninterrupted control without cumbersome wiring. Beyond mobility, the team at Afrogenesis envisions a future where their prosthetic technology integrates seamlessly with daily life. What a noble cause, right? Well, there are more uplifting stories like these from Africa. This next one will leave you speechless. Dark skin prosthetics, diversity and accessibility going hand in hand. Back in 2020, John Eminem made headlines for his groundbreaking work in hyperrealistic prosthetics. His work is more than just an advancement in medical aesthetics. It is a profound cultural and psychological shift for Black amputees worldwide. Unlike conventional prosthetic designers, who often operate within rigid medical frameworks, Eminem approaches his craft as an artist first, meticulously sculpting and color-matching each prosthetic limb to ensure it blends seamlessly with the wearer's skin tone. His company, Immortal Cosmetic Art, emerged from a deeply personal experience. When a close family member lost a limb, Eminem witnessed firsthand the emotional toll that amputation can take. Beyond the physical disability, there was an acute psychological struggle with self-image and societal perception. Many Nigerian amputees had access only to prosthetics that were glaringly mismatched, either pale-colored or made from rudimentary materials like wood. This visual contrast reinforced their difference, making it difficult for them to feel like they belonged. Eminem recognized that confidence and emotional healing were just as critical as functionality, leading him to develop prosthetic limbs that are not just wearable but invisible to the untrained eye. The process of creating these hyper-realistic prosthetics is both intricate and time-consuming. Eminem begins by taking precise measurements and making a plaster cast of the amputated limb. This ensures that every contour, joint, and ridge is replicated with the highest accuracy. But the real artistry lies in the painting process. Using a technique reminiscent of oil painting, Eminem meticulously blends pigments to match the client's unique skin tone, factoring in undertones, freckles, and even veins. Traditional prosthetic manufacturers often rely on a limited palette of mass-produced colors, but Eminem treats each piece as a one-of-a-kind artwork, ensuring a new perfect match. This attention to detail allows wearers to move through life without the constant reminder or public scrutiny of their amputation. What sets Eminem apart is not just his innovation, but his cultural impact. The global prosthetics industry has long overlooked the needs of Black individuals, producing artificial limbs predominantly in lighter skin tones. In Western markets, prosthetic diversity remains an afterthought, and in Africa, it has been virtually non-existent. Eminem's work challenges this systemic oversight by proving that representation matters, not just in media and fashion, but in medical technology. His goal is not only to save Nigerian amputees, but to reach Black communities worldwide, offering them prosthetics that restore not just movement but dignity. Despite the significance of his work, Eminem has had to navigate a series of challenges. With no formal training in prosthetics, he relied entirely on his sculpting background to develop techniques from scratch. Funding was another major hurdle. While Western prosthetic firms benefit from government grants and institutional support, Eminem built his business independently, relying on personal savings and reinvesting earnings to refine his craft. Yet, against all odds, Immortal Cosmetic Art has flourished. Affordability remains a key priority. Traditional high-quality prosthetics can cost thousands of dollars, often making them inaccessible to the average African amputee. Eminem's prosthetics, priced from 40,000 naira or $111, are deliberately kept within reach of lower-income individuals, ensuring that people are not excluded from regaining their confidence due to financial constraints. For many, the impact of Eminem's work is life-changing. His hyper-realistic prosthetics can restore more than just the physical form of the lost limbs, hands, or feet. Looking ahead, Eminem envisions expanding his work beyond individual prosthetic limbs. He hopes to integrate smart technology into future designs, potentially developing prosthetics with embedded sensors that can mimic touch sensitivity. He also aims to set up training programs to empower young African artists and medical professionals, ensuring that the continent becomes self-reliant in prosthetic manufacturing rather than depending on expensive imports. But wait, there's more from where that came. Prosthetic leg crowdfunding success. Last year, the story of the IRED Foundation's work in Nigeria gave them a spot on the headlines, which celebrated their resilience, resourcefulness, and the profound impact of community-driven solutions in a society where access to medical advancements remains limited for many. The Foundation's ability to provide over 500 prosthetic limbs free of charge is reshaping the way Nigerian society perceives and accommodates disability, particularly among children. What sets IRED apart is not just its provision of artificial limbs, but its holistic approach to empowering children with limb loss. By offering psychosocial support, they acknowledge that reintegration into society requires more than just physical rehabilitation. For a child, A prosthetic limb is not just about mobility. It is about regaining confidence, normalcy, and the ability to dream again. The fact that these prostheses are made to match the recipient's skin tone is particularly significant in a region where most available prosthetics are imported and designed with lighter skin in mind, reinforcing a feeling of otherness for African amputees. Another remarkable aspect of IRED's work is its funding model. In a country where healthcare infrastructure is often stretched thin and access to specialized medical care is out of reach for many, the foundation has managed to sustain itself primarily through crowdsourcing, with 70% of its funding coming from public donations. This grassroots approach not only keeps the initiative alive, but also fosters a sense of communal responsibility. Nigerians contributing to IED's mission are, in a way, investing in a society where disability is no longer seen as a limitation. Dr. Olasode Israelakin-Mokin's assertion that modern prosthetics can function almost as well as natural limbs highlights the advancements in technology that have made these devices more efficient. Yet, despite these developments, the issue in Nigeria and many parts of Africa remains one of accessibility. A single prosthetic limb can cost between $2,000 and $3,000, a price far beyond the reach of most Nigerian families. Organizations like IRED are not just filling a gap, but are actively redefining what is possible for amputees in a society where they might otherwise be left behind. Beyond the physical restoration of mobility, IRED is engaged in a larger battle against stigma. Nigeria, like many traditional societies, has historically viewed disability through a lens of superstition, pity, or outright exclusion. By ensuring that amputees, particularly children, are accepted in schools and workplaces as they grow older, IRED is helping shift cultural perceptions. Education is as crucial as prosthetic limbs in breaking down barriers, and the Foundation's work in raising awareness is paving the way for a future where children with disabilities are not just accommodated but embraced as equal members of society. The Foundation's model could serve as an inspiration for similar initiatives across the continent, proving that with determination, community support, and innovative funding methods, life-changing interventions can be made accessible to those who need them the most. For the children of Nigeria, the work of IRED is not just about getting a new limb, it's about getting a new lease on life. Feels good to see people making a difference, right? Well, this next story is also very impressive. ** 3D printed prosthesis in Haiti. **. Stevenson Joseph was born without fingers on either hand and abandoned at the age of 3. He faced a future where even the simplest tasks seemed out of reach. In a country like Haiti, where medical resources are scarce and support for the disabled is limited to a handful of charities, Stevenson's chances of receiving specialized care were slim. But fate took an unexpected turn when a British-born software engineer in California, John Marshall, learned about his case and decided to intervene. This story came to light in 2014 when a breakthrough came through 3D printing. Inspired by the work of Richard Van Az, a South African who had developed a plastic prosthetic called the Robo-Hand after losing his fingers in an accident, Marshall saw an opportunity to create something life-changing for Stevenson. The process was not immediate. Months of trial and error were involved. But the final result was a functional, low-cost prosthetic hand that could give Stevenson a new level of independence. Unlike traditional prosthetic limbs, which can be prohibitively expensive, this 3D printed model cost only $300 to produce, making it a viable solution for children like Stevenson who would otherwise never receive such treatment. Fitted at Bernard Mev's Hospital in Port-au-Prince, the prosthetic gave Stevenson something he had never experienced before: the ability to grip, hold, and play. The joy on his face as he listed his new accomplishments: holding a balloon, playing basketball, and pushing his friends in their wheelchairs, was proof of the profound impact a simple yet innovative device could have. For a child who had spent years watching others perform daily activities with ease, the ability to hold a remote control or grasp a water bottle was nothing short of a miracle. What makes this story even more remarkable is Stevenson's attitude. While some might see a robotic-looking hand as something unusual or even undesirable, he embraced it wholeheartedly. The creaking sound it made as he moved didn't bother him, nor did the comments about his new robotic appearance. To him, it was not just a prosthetic, it was freedom. In a society where disabilities often come with stigma, Stevenson's excitement and confidence in his new hand serve as an inspiring reminder that the right tools can change perceptions, not just circumstances. Beyond the profound emotions, this story also shows us how 3D printing could offer a practical and affordable alternative to traditional prosthetics, particularly in low-resource environments. If a child in Haiti, a country still grappling with the devastation of the 2010 earthquake, can benefit from this technology, then perhaps similar innovations can be scaled to reach many more in need. With the right combination of empathy, ingenuity, and determination, barriers can be broken, and new possibilities can emerge. The emerging cyborg. Back in 2018, Alec McMorris, an amputee testing advanced prosthetics, called himself one of the first new emerging cyborgs. In collaboration with Dr. Tommaso Lenzi at the University of Utah's Bionic Engineering Lab, McMorris is participating in biomedical clinical trials that aim to revolutionize artificial limb technology. Dr. Lenzi, awarded a $972,000 grant from the Department of Defense, focuses on optimizing human-robot interaction to help individuals regain natural movement through cutting-edge robotics, biomechanics, and control systems. Unlike traditional passive prosthetics, McMorris' new limb features built-in AI, mechanical sensors, and an adaptive oscillation system that enables it to match human motion, reducing effort and providing seamless transitions between walking, climbing, and other activities. McMorris' journey as an amputee began in 2013 when he was struck by a truck at 85 miles per hour while assisting his cousin on an icy freeway. The accident resulted in severe injuries that left him in a coma for 5 days. Now, as a participant in the University of Utah's research, he is testing a powered ankle prosthesis that adapts motor torque and speed in response to movement. With 130 Nm of torque and a lightweight design of just 800 grams, the prosthesis mimics the natural function of a human ankle, enabling smoother and more dynamic mobility. While the device lacks machine vision, it follows high-level rules that allow for intuitive control, making it an effective tool for individuals who need prosthetic assistance. In the lab, PhD candidate Sarah Hood monitored McMorris as he underwent stair-walking trials, analyzing how the prosthetic limb responds in real time. The embedded adaptive oscillators help the prosthesis learn and adjust to McMorris' natural movements, ensuring a more organic walking experience. By integrating electromyography with mechanical sensors, the team developed prosthetics and exoskeletons that require less effort from users while offering greater adaptability to different terrains and activities. McMorris now works in the prosthetics industry, guiding other amputees through the process of rebuilding their mobility. He also participates in workshops to educate young students about the possibilities of bionic technology.